Would you be able to find the Palazzo condo, please? We're staying there in a few weeks. I can't really figure out exactly where it's at. Well, Kim Patterson 3440, I can show you where it's at. Let's go. Once again, watch to the end for a little secret. And don't fast forward, watch the whole thing. Thanks, appreciate you. Welcome to the channel. I am Matt the Lizard, your guide in this adventure and exploration. Today, we're at Beach Access 66. We requested Palazzo condominiums, which is just to our right behind me. And they wanted to know how to find it and how to get there. And we'll see what's nearby. All right, let's go, let's go. Once again, the informative beach signage. I'm gonna probably mention this in every video from now on. The rip current. That's what you have to be careful of. And look at your beach flags. Today it's a red flag day, it's been storming. It's not always about the wave action. A lot of times it's that undertow. You can see even a strong Olympic swimmer cannot escape this without going parallel to the shore. You get caught here, you will be pulled out. As you tire, you're gonna have a bad day. Okay, you see what else we have here? No pets are allowed on the beach. Well, we'll check out this walkway, see what's going on. Looks like a synthetic Trex type boards for the base. And the sides, I guess. Yeah, that's plastic. That'll last a long time. This property here, which is kind of cool, but I don't know that I can access it without A, trespassing, or B, crossing the dunes, which I don't want to do. But I believe between Palazzo and 66, this was a building that had been abandoned for quite a while. And I think it was called the U-Turn Sunburn Saloon. It had a really cool molded rock building. It looked like a big cave, and there was a bar in there. I think it had been open maybe once or twice since I'd been here. But now you can see nothing's really left except for the foundation, which still looks pretty cool. Again, another property that's probably tied up in some tax or legal wrangling, and that's why it's not been developed. It could have to do with interest rates. It could have to do with the cap on the height on the buildings here. Who knows? Or the person who's got it just doesn't need to sell it and doesn't want to sell it, and that's their right as well. There's no showers at this beach access, and I would say, I always like to mention if something is ADA accessible. This one's really not, unless you have the off-road mobility chair, like I showed in my last video. But when there is a ease of mobility access, I will mention it. Another sign for the beach warning flags. If it's double red flag, do not even go in the water. Not one toe in the water. Red flag, high surf, strong currents. They usually say ankle to knee deep, or really it's ankle deep is too deep. And purple flag being dangerous marine life. Yellow, medium hazard. And I don't think I've seen it green in quite some time. You can see the Gulf of Mexico looks a little angry this morning. She's a powerful girl. Like anything else in nature that's beautiful and powerful, you need to respect it. You can see all the beach rental chairs going down, all the condos heading east. We're pointed at the city pier, which we're gonna probably do one of these days. We'll get there eventually. And beyond that is Pier Park, the main shopping district. Heading this direction towards the west, getting towards the west end of the beach. Anything west of 79, the locals and traditionally have called it the west end of the beach. Anything really near 79, once you start talking 79, it's the west end. I would say 79 is a main artery leading to the beach from points north. You can come into Panama City through 231. That's the other side of the bay. You can come down Walton County through 331. But 79 is kind of interesting. Has a couple of speed traps. Be careful going through there. But they have modernized the road. I think it's a 4-lane in a lot of spots now. It goes through a little town called Vernon, Florida. You want to Google that, the history of that place. They have a very interesting history with insurance claims. I will say no more. But just Google Vernon, Florida and insurance claims. It is quite a rabbit hole to go down. So that'll be interesting for you to, a little homework from Matt. You can see what's here for these beach people. They built like a shed or something over a sailboat, which is interesting. Kind of rustic, I like it. Some sheet metal, Old Glory. And there's some older condos here. We got an awesome view, of course. Little fire pit and some chairs. Nice little spot. Probably another place that I wouldn't call it a public beach access, although it is. There's really nowhere to park here. So unless you're a guest of one of these places over there, or you're a patron of one of the things across the street, this would not be a prime beach spot for you. But it's necessary. Florida's got a lot of these pedestrian crosswalks that are controlled with a button. So even though it's not an intersection, you hit the button and strobe lights will come on immediately and you can cross. Yes, the pedestrian has the right of way, but you also are responsible for your own safety. So you can see the law states that the pedestrian has the right of way in the crosswalk. Hey, what's up, man? Oh, that was cool. Fame at last. Anyhow, the law states that you have to stop and yield to the pedestrian in the crosswalk. I don't want to say pedestrians always have the right of way, because if I'm going 40 miles an hour through here, which is what the speed limit is, and I just happen to step over the white line, now this guy's driving, he's not doing anything wrong. Yes, I had the right of way, but it was also very stupid. Okay, you can see this building behind me, or actually in front of me. This is the former Boar's Head restaurant. I do not believe affiliated with the Boar's Head Meat Company. Publix, not a sponsor, but you could be if you're watching. This building's been in disrepair since Hurricane Michael. You can see they put a new roof on. Number one, protect your assets that way. There was a lot of rumors as to what was going to happen here. When I moved to Panama City Beach in 2019, we bought a house here, okay, from Panama City. The guy across the street from me was, I want to say, one of the managers here, and he said that then, which you're going on 6 years, it was going to be a McGuire's branch. McGuire's out of Destin and Pensacola. Very cool Irish pub, restaurant. I love their food. Not a sponsor, but they definitely could be a sponsor. Very cool place. Once this gets open, I'm going to do a review of it, because it's going to be really neat. Really, really neat. It has the full Irish pub theming. Usually lots of seats. Usually very busy. If you ever come to the Panhandle of Florida, of course I want you to patronize Panama City Beach. But if you come before then, it is worth the drive to go out to Destin at least, or really Pensacola. That's the main event. That's my favorite one, is the one in Pensacola. They brew their own beer and root beer on site. I'm not a gigantic, huge fan of either British or Irish food, which is weird considering my background. But I will say the fish and chips are great, and the one in Pensacola, on occasion, will have Welsh rarebit that you order at the bar. It's like an Irish version of the Greek cheese saganaki.
He said Welsh rarebit.
And the funny thing about this is there's a theory that eating the Welsh rarebit, not rabbit, rarebit, will make you dream really crazy. I've even seen that used as a plot device in a sitcom. So I highly recommend it. They don't have it all the time though, but I like it. I'm kind of take a view of the other side here. There's a construction trailer. I hope nobody's sleeping on site. I'm yapping and waking them up. Apologies if I am, sir. The bones of the building must be pretty good because there's not a lot of building supplies here. There's some blocks and rebar. I'll go as far as I can close to it. I might just stop right here. Yeah, I think this is a good stopping point. There is some signs that say construction area, keep out, but you can see how cool it's going to be. The building had character when it was Boar's Head, and one thing I love about it is look at all the parking. Of course, that means they'll have a lot of tables, and waiting for a table in Panama City Beach has become a thing. It's a tourist town, but sometimes your host just wants to go out and have something to eat. There are tricks. My wife and I will go sit at the bar sometimes. You get served there, and that's cool. There's a couple places that if they know you're a local, they'll kind of fast track you in, you know, the fast pass Disney style seating, which is good. But I think they're gonna do very well here. I mean, just check that place out. Awesome roof. I think it was done by Ameritech. I know some of those guys, the owners. Not a sponsor, but they could be. Addresses. It's not laid out in a grid like a traditional system. You know, I'm from Chicago, grid. I lived in Phoenix, grid. This place, your main event is the beach, of course, and things branch out from there. Not that it's that crazy or that hard to understand. I mean, you've got 3 parallel roads, front, middle beach, and back beach, and also Philip Griffiths Parkway, which is not fully complete across the beach. And Middle Beach only goes halfway. And then your north-south road is gonna be 79. Is really the only one into the beach. We're pretty much an island. Pretty much an island, surrounded by water. Intercoastal to the north, Gulf of Mexico to the south, St. Andrews Bay to the east, and Phillips Inlet to the west. So completely surrounded. So we're living the island life. One thing that's interesting about the addresses is back in the 60s, okay, they didn't have a lot of numbered addresses. They probably didn't have a lot of mail service because there was not a lot of permanent residents here. So before you have street numbers, somebody had to start the system in any town, okay? You start, a lot of cities like Phoenix is like this, Central Avenue is 0, okay? And every block you add 100, and that's how you know where you're at. Well, in Panama City Beach, I can tell you something quite interesting. It's interesting to me anyway. 9700, the first address, where all the addresses east and west are based on that number. Well, that's actually where I work. And we're not even on a corner. If you have a 0 at the end of your address, usually that means you're on a corner, and even then you don't see it. It's usually a 1. So going from that way this way, 9,700 to 17,000, you can't really count the blocks, but it can kind of give you an indication. Like I know around the 12,000 block is Alf Coleman, close to the county pier. And of course, like the 8,800 block is going to be the Navy base down there, which is about the beginning of the beach, because they all branch outward from where I work. Actually, I just think that's cool. The original owner, he had stated to me that 97 was his lucky number. And he was president of the Chamber of Commerce at that time. So he just made his address 9,700. And our driveway on some maps is listed as Robin Road. And it's fenced off. It's no longer a public road. Named for his daughter, who's actually a screenwriter out in Hollywood, which I think is kind of funny. Okay, we'll cross back over. It's an uncontrolled intersection, but I'm being careful. Traffic's pretty light at this early hour. We'll go take a look at the plaza. Underground parking, which is nice. A little shade from the sun. Nice paver work in the driveway. Those awnings are kind of cool. You can kind of see what's going on through here. Owners and registered guests only, so I'm not going to go in there. But you can kind of see, the beach through the parking garage. It's pretty efficient to have the parking garage underneath and have the residences up above. Nice place. I'm not sure how old it is. I think it was built during the building boom. I say that a lot, but probably 2006 to 2008, somewhere in there. At one time, Panama City Beach had every rental high-rise crane tied up. We were building so much. There was a lot of mom and pop places that people were buying, and then they were getting offers from developers as soon as they closed on it. It was almost like hitting the lottery. But you know what? Good for them. Whatever works. Kind of go on the side here. They have a grilling area. Provide your own charcoal. They got some tools and stuff like that. No smoking or vaping in this area. Okay. Yeah, it does say owners only, so I'm not going to be going in there. But I just wanted to kind of show you. But that's good, because that means it's secure also. You know, I'm sure they have on-site security, come patrol. That's good. I would say in my experience overall, Panama City Beach is safe. It's a safe town to live in. I love it here. I've never had a problem. Even in Panama City, I never really had a problem. The odd Amazon package went missing from my porch. And, you know, that could happen to anyone. I don't know why my radio's going off. Okay, but there it is. You can see Palazzo. I would have to go inside to show you the lobby, go in the parking garage, and I don't want to do that. But it's a nice place. I would stay here. Directly next door and to the east of the Palazzo is the Palmetto Inn and Suites. And this makes sense. You got a low-rise tower, oceanfront, and then across the way you've got more rooms. So when you book, I'm sure that the beachfront ones have a premium on them, but still, staying right here, you're right across the street from the beach. Looks pretty clean place. Nice. And what I saw that I thought was interesting here is beach access doesn't look official, but it doesn't say owners only or anything like that. I should make that my my channel wallpaper. I'll probably make it the thumbnail for this video. Kind of cool, funky sign. Oh, we'll take a walk down there and see what it looks like. Oh. We're just on the side of Palazzo's parking garage. That's pretty cool. The only thing is I don't want to go down there. It looks a little loose down that way. It's probably okay. But I think as far as I'm going to go, take a look at that beach though. Isn't it gorgeous? And maybe we'll go down a little bit anyway, even though I said I wasn't going to. You see all the rental chairs. And then you see the people with the tents set up next to the rental chairs. Coexisting peacefully. Secret lizard hiding spot. First to find, whoever knows where I'm at right now. I'm gonna get out of here because the echo is bad. You see the sign for Whiskey's down there. It says since 1946. It's an old school, I'd call it a honky tonk. I've played some music in there before. They got pool tables, drinks. On occasion I'll have a food truck outside. All right, and then just beyond there, you can see Sandcastle's West condo. The Aqua Vista condos, the blue top over there. And then just behind Whiskey's, to the north, by about 100 yards, is the Winn-Dixie. And there's a CVS over there, so that's kind of handy. You could actually walk there from all these condos. Get groceries, medicine if you need it. It's close enough. And then if you go up 79, you can hit Back Beach Road. That really is the main road through town. What this is alternate 98. It's actually 30A. But Back Beach Road is US 98. That's the main route. Lots of construction going on there right now. It has pretty much been a continuous parking lot since Hurricane Michael. Busy all the time. You know, they say, I love it because they'll do traffic reports here on television or on the radio. And I giggle because, well, where else are you gonna go? If you gotta get across the beach, that's the only road you can use. So you just gotta give yourself extra time, I guess. The infrastructure here suffers a bit because of our growth. But what can you do? You know, make the best of it. I'm out here early because I know in a few hours we're coming up on 4th of July weekend. This will be very busy and I won't want to sit in this traffic, especially since I'm on the golf cart right now. No air conditioning. To the west, you can see there's another Sensations store. Like I said in one of my other videos, several of those up and down the beach here. It's really smart. Instead of getting the people to come to them, they just go to where all the hot spots are. I'm sure they did their demographics. And it, you know, there's a chain of them, so it makes a lot of sense to me. And then we're back where we started. The old U-Turn Sunburn Saloon. I really wish I could get in there, but I don't want to do anything wrong. But look at that view. I mean, that's just incredible. Once again, probably just too expensive to get rid of. One day it'll be another condo here, I'm sure, or a bunch of houses, and that's great too. Okay, we're in the famous roundabout, not the Yes song, but a roundabout. Where I'm driving used to be known as the Y because the intersection was Y-shaped, because in the center of the roundabout there was a business. Roundabouts on paper work. In practice, I've got my doubts. But I have a question. They say that the traffic in the circle has the right-of-way. Okay, that makes sense. So how many times can I drive around in a circle before the police come and tell me I can't do that no more? I guess it depends on how busy they are. Maybe 5 or 6 times. There they are. Gotta go. Well, there you have it, and there it is. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw here today, press the like button down below. If you want to see more videos like this that I have uploaded, hit the subscribe button. And if you want to find out when I upload a new video, hit the notification bell. It's usually on Sundays, but hit the notification bell anyway. I'm really trying to chase those subscribers. I appreciate all the people who've sent subscribers to my way and shared my videos. That definitely helps. Thank you everyone for watching. It is a weird little silly adventure, but I'm having fun and I'm hoping you are too. All right, well, remember, you are important and the world needs more people like you. Matt the Lizard, out. Matt Style. Welcome, Matt. All others go away.